lights are mysterious from somewhere in the universe. Planets and quasars with all kinds of hidden mysteries in the galaxy. NASA hiding secrets and astronauts discovering things. Mysterious societies from a far-along galaxy. Societies on Earth that have been destroyed with their own hidden secrets. Mysterious objects that surface from nowhere and yet are unexplained on how to use. Whole temples full of ruins, secrets, and hidden treasures. And most of all, objects from outer space that come with visitors that only want one thing. You're watching Hidden Truths. Hi, and welcome to another Hidden in Truth. And today, I'm going to be reviewing a video from J-Miz. It's like supposed to be J-Miz, but it's J-Maz. It's spelled differently. Y'all see what I'm talking about. But anyway, the video is about an underground society underneath Los Angeles. Now the truth of the matter is a lot of cities are built on top of ancient cities that have been hidden. I tried to explain one time to somebody that we're not the first generation. Some people believe it was Adam and Eve and then all the way down. Like that's how it's been. But the societies have been destroyed multiple times. But the flood is an actual thing. Over 200 cultures believe that the flood actually existed. So that means somewhere in history, a lot of the real original society, original humans died off. And it makes sense if you think about all the stuff that they say humans were capable of doing and the lifespans are capable of living in those time periods. And what we are now, maybe somewhere down the ladder, because no one's explaining their real, history of humans, or there wouldn't be no mystery. But we might be the 8th version of the original humans. And that's just my opinion. So societies, yes, crumble. And then other societies are built. Some on top of the other. Some are hidden as relics and you find them later on, by mysterious ways and means. And it's just the nature of the thing is that the people with the power and the people with the money are able to get to these places, hide them, or make them amusement parks. Pretty much. People make up tourist sites, that's what I mean to say, for people to see. So, anyway, I'm not saying this is a false mystery, but we need to know the truth about hidden societies where there may be hidden dangers to all of humanity inside, and that's what they're saying that is happening in this Los Angeles hidden underground city. So let's get with it. Okay, so here we are, and we're about to watch this video. Like I said, I'm reviewing this man's video. His name is J-Miz, or at least the channel's name is. I found this video interesting because of the whole thing of the underground city in Los Angeles, and I have to say there's some things that are believable, but this is hitting the truth. So I want to know the truth behind the things that people are saying about this place. Is there reptilians? And reptilians are a thing, if you pay attention to this channel, that I kind of get sick of hearing about, because it's like, okay, are they aliens? Do they come from Earth? Or did y'all watch Land of the Lost way too much? Okay, I have no idea, but I want to know, does the government have involvement in this place? I even heard things recently about Obama being in an underground thing, and something about Biden having sex with some prostitute in an underground place in Los Angeles. I don't know if any of these things are true or accurate, but somebody's got to tell the truth. If the government is hiding things underneath this place in Los Angeles, then I think society needs to know. And there's also some other claimed video by another YouTuber where they talk about a guy that had to work in this place with these creatures and see how all the atrocities and just dang right demonic things this guy saw. I want to know if that's true as well, which is a video I'll find sometime again and talk about. But for now, let's get into this.
Okay, so there's this entire rabbit hole of underground cities, secret underground cities all over the world. And things get really weird when Derek posted this video 2 days ago where he actually gets to hear what sounds like this huge machine digging something beneath his yard.
I have no idea what's going on, but listen to this. There's something under the ground.
Actually goes to the extent of renting a machine to dig his backyard to find out what's going on. But the question everyone's making is this normal? Is this supposed to happen? And are there secret underground cities in LA, New York, and many other places? And the more I
Well, I have to posit that New York does have an underground city, what they would call old New York, because, you know, when they got rebuilt, they called it New York. But it was already York. Anyway, it was all Amsterdam, New Amsterdam. Now, most people don't realize, because they don't know history, that Amsterdam and York, not New York, but York, is a part of England. And it's like, you know, that's why they call it New York. You know, it's like that's why the whole East Coast is called New England, because a lot of things are named after stuff that is in England and other places in Europe. But New York has a whole separate city, separate, subway lines. They have separate, just a lot of the old New York and old Amsterdam got built on top of that. And, you know, I mean, it's just crazy, but that one's not a conspiracy theory at all. So it really doesn't fit in this show of Hitting the Truth, because that is actual truth. Now with Los Angeles, it's kind of the same thing here, though. Some people say it was before an old city and some it's not. It's something where it's not really things that are talked about a lot. Even if you go back in old native stuff and Mexican stuff, when it comes to this land of Los Angeles or California, there's all kinds of different rumors and things and so forth. It's just a big confusing pot, and that's why they made movies, because the movies are confusing most of the time the population from what's really going on. So back to this.
search about this, the crazier it gets.
My God, bro.
Footage I took.
So this young lady, I seen this video when it first came out, and I've seen this stuff a billion times with this young lady, but they say she supposedly disappeared. And I want to know the truth. Did she really disappear, or is this all a hoax?
Exploring the underground tunnels in LA.
Let's start with Derek's video.
I have no idea what's going on, but listen to this. There's something under the ground.
Wow.
And it sounds like it's about to bust out.
What is that?
Holy crap.
Get out of there, buddy. I can hear it.
It almost sounds like a chopper, like a airplane chopper. It could be one of them things that turn around and, you know, turn soil, like a reptilian underground type of thing. Only thing I can think about that looks like it is that thing from, I think it was Total Recall, where they were running through the wall and it was cutting things up. Like in Ninja Turtles, they got the big sewer drain machine. What do you call those, rat trappers? It's been a long time since I've seen Ninja Turtles, but it had the freaking thing that goes through the tunnels and drills through stuff. But yeah, something like that.
It's over here in the field. It's over here in the field.
That is wild. So, is this supposed to happen? He posted a second video. Let's take a look at this.
I guess my question would be, how far down is that? Are they like about, because I mean, if it was like, I swear if it was like 8 feet, he would have fell through. So it has to be like at least, 20 feet underground? Maybe 15. That way you can be able to hear it from that distance or something. I'm not quite sure, but, you know, who knows? You know, what the hell it is. One thing you can
heard nothing like it.
Or should I say it ain't natural?
Yeah, me neither. That's not good, buddy. I mean, like, he even rented a machine. Look at this. So,
Well, see, that's the type of wrong machine I would have got. I would have got something that, like, kind of like one of those magnet things that you use, a metal detector or something. You know, not like that, but now they got the thing with the 3D scanning, and you can see the ground and everything that's underneath it. And we're high tech now, so you got the whole thing where you can see what's under your soil, what's buried down beneath there, the shape of it, the diameter, you know, all that. You know, they got this whole thing where they can find stuff in, you know, like the pyramids and things that go now with this thing that show you what the pyramid looks like underneath, because it's able to detect the ground and everything. It's really amazing, you know.
he goes.
And the reason why I say this is the wrong thing too, because like, what if he's digging, and all of a sudden, like I said, you don't know the distance of how far this thing is down, and this whole damn, you know, crane thing he's using, or whatever you want to call it, falls down with him. You know, like they're falling down while he's trying to figure out what's down there. You know, the whole ground collapses is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, right there was, I heard the noises. I spray painted it. Here we go.
I can actually hear the sound.
We're going to dig in like 3 different spots.
Wow, so this is his last video. This was posted 22 hours ago. I hope he makes an update. So someone said, why not dig the very spot you filmed last night at the fence? And he says, I'm digging at 3 different places, which he actually stated in the video. I work for a pipeline company. You need to call about a possible line leak. I would do it today if I were you and probably get away from that area. Wow. So some people think it's a tunnel boring machine. And then there's this guy saying there's huge drilling machines making tunnels, and that's most likely what it is. Phil spoke about them before him. This guy says it's a direction drill, drilling in new fiber optics, power, gas, could be a number of things, but they typically run 4 feet-ish, sometimes less, and make the same exact noise when they run into hard ground. Could be the case. It kind of makes sense. But Christie says they're building tunnels, which are basically cities underground. There's another life hidden away from us. So I start searching for more videos like this when I find this one from Lex Levine, posted on December 17th, and this is what she found.
So before I get into that, there's just the thing about this whole concept of the underground tunnels and actually the government being involved and people coming up missing, because the guy came up with he said Phil, and the guy came up missing, which was this guy that was talking about underground stuff that he knew about because he worked for whatever. And then there's like that one guy that supposedly saw giants on the mountain. These people that supposedly disappear after they see phenomenons, and you know, maybe extraterrestrial phenomenons, whatever things that usually the government's involved with that doesn't tell the public. This means that there's a big crisis and a trust issue with the government and the citizens of the United States of America. It doesn't get brought up. They'll talk about every damn thing else and make things law and whatever to confuse the hell out of the public, to keep them, you know, distracted, while real people find things that are work for these people. They tell the truth, or they try to explain the truth, but it becomes conspiracy theories to the rest of us, and it just makes them look crazy. So it's like somewhere in between, and we already know now, because of Epstein files and other things, that these conspiracies are actually fact. So I think the time is now to stop caring about the nonsense that these rich folks keep throwing at us to try to get us more votes. That's all it really is. They don't really care. They don't give a shit. And that's like, I'll give you a better example. If Bruce Wayne was real, if Batman was real, what makes him different and what makes him even a superhero to begin with is he's a rich man that actually cares about the people. that's what makes him a superhero. That's what makes him I don't know, that's the fantasy in it, because really rich people don't give a damn about us. Okay, so anyway,
ground.
No, this isn't a horror film. This is just the footage I took exploring the underground tunnels in LA in 2017.
So this is the girl I was saying that came up missing. This is all on the same thing. I was going to talk about it when I was talking about people come up missing. And so this is it. Let's watch.
This is what it looks like when you first enter into the tunnels, like the fluorescent lighting. I didn't get a video of the escalators going, but it looks like it's running, but there's no one there. This is what it looks like when you first enter into the tunnels, like the fluorescent lighting. I didn't get a video of the escalators going, but it looks like it's running, but there's no one there.
What?
It's insane that there's other video footage of this underground place where there's like, looks like a waiting room or a lobby, and like upstairs, like in a building that you would go into, like a big lawyer office building and whatnot, and it looks like a lobby, and it's crazy. Like they have all this stuff underground.
Escalators running? Okay, so
These little chutes
wait. Why are all the lights on? It's like there's something going on there.
are all throughout the tunnels, and who knows what the heck they throw down there. Don't even know where it goes to. Mirrors like this are on pretty much every corner, so I think that they drive some sort of vehicles down here. It's pretty small, so it'd probably have to be a golf cart.
Yeah, that's weird. Pretty sure there's a good explanation for it though.
And she's probably right. Most places with like military operations and stuff do use like tiny, like little golf cart looking things, even little truck looking things with tiny beds in the back.
Not gonna lie, if I was a human, this would be the optimal place.
So this woman makes a very curious statement. Is this why I always see some streets getting worked on for months and years and never see a difference in the surface? Well, that's a pretty good question. So this guy makes a really good question. You haven't mentioned where you found these, how you gained access to it. And she says this is a portion of the underground tunnels in LA. I believe we entered under the Hall of Records building. So not only did she not answer the full question, she is kind of missing. She hasn't posted ever since.
I think right there was a message in the message that they didn't catch. She's explaining exactly what a building is that this underground tunnel is. And, you know, they're overlooking it. You know what I'm saying? She says under the records building, right? She's explaining it. And, you know, they're not listening. Listen.
Is a portion of the underground tunnels in LA. I believe we entered under the Hall of Records building. So not only did she not answer the full question, she is kind of missing. She hasn't posted ever since. And this is kind of bizarre. So here you go. This is her last video. As you can see, she posts about beauty products, that sort of stuff. And then this video, kind of weird. And it's her last video. This was like last month. Where is she? What's going on? So then there's this video over here. Let's take a look at this. POV, you found Diddy's
So you can say like she disappeared. You know, but this one's about Diddy.
abandoned mansion and find something strange.
It's so bright inside.
There's an underground door right there in the tunnel. And Diddy's abandoned mansion. So I was like, okay, just everything with Diddy just seems wrong. But you know what? There's so many posers out there that's just like Diddy, and acting like they the shit. You know, and they're running around doing freaky shit, and they think they could. It's the most, I don't know, the most poser shit ever, man. To pretend to be something, and then you're just doing the most stupidest shit, and you think you're this big bad. Literally, people like this have a place for them, waiting for them, and at the same time, there's someone else that's always bigger and better. So, and obviously, with this whole Epstein thing, I would say Epstein was bigger than Diddy, and Diddy was just like a little right-hand man type of thing. And there's probably somebody that's below Diddy. You know, it's like a hierarchy of a way. But I guess you would say a lowarchy in another way.
A tunnel. I don't think this is Diddy's mansion. Yeah, someone said this is not Diddy's mansion. Yeah, I thought so. This is just an abandoned mansion. Let me take a look at this. What? LA has many underground tunnels, including subway tunnels, which are expected, and tunnels for Hollywood stars? What? Is this real? There are tunnels that run for 100 feet underground to the Hall of Records. So Will Smith makes this very bizarre post.
See, he just missed the whole thing right there. The girl said that it was under the Hall of Records, and now he just found something saying the Hall of Records, which means he overlooked something with his own investigation. He's kind of got shocked about the whole fact that he discovered these things, but you missed the fact that the girl that came up missing just mentioned that same thing. So, I mean, there's some truth in the Hall of Records, apparently.
A couple of months actually ago.
Because there's a series of intricate tunnels underneath Los Angeles known as the Actorbahn.
What?
I'm not kidding. Like, they...
Actorbahn? What? Well, the Actorbahn. A series of secret tunnels that were used by Hollywood stars to travel without being bothered by fans. How come there's no video of this place?
Access points to move through the city without ever having to be in traffic. You can come up in LAX, you can pop up at Dodger Stadium. Underneath there in those tunnels is Starbucks set up at different locations.
No, wait, this is kind of ridiculous. He's kind of making statements about this without having any proof at all. What I find weird, however, is that Will Smith actually posted this to his account and it went big.
You know what's funny too? People do that all day in America. They make up phony truths about things and don't have facts to back it up. And people believe it, especially now in the internet age. All you do is make up some bullshit and people believe it because they don't have access to that individual. But to me, you know, you don't check the message, you check the messenger. What is that person attempted to do? What is that person trying to say that's telling you this message? You know what I mean? What are they really up to? You know, maybe that person is the person that is actually doing whatever the hell he's trying to say about somebody else, and everyone else is fooled because they're morons. And that's just my opinion.
Is he like trying to say something here, or is he just mocking this guy, doing this video of him driving in LA? You know, in today's world, thinking about this, there should be a video of this Actorbahn tunnel. So here I'm like looking for evidence of this, and I find this one. Doing this video of him driving in LA. You know, in today's world, thinking about this, there should be a video of this Actorbahn tunnel. So here I'm like looking for evidence of this, and I find this one.
This is the underground city that was found beneath Los Angeles by a man named Warren Shufelt. It was discovered using a device he invented to detect underground tunnels and caverns. Shufelt mapped out a network of passageways stretching for miles beneath the city. And here is where it gets crazy. His maps indicated a central chamber filled with gold and advanced artifacts. Shufelt said that upon analysis of the artifacts and the scriptures found within the passageways, they all pointed to a lost continent named Lemuria.
Wait. Warren Shufelt.
I believe that somebody would state that, and I'm about to say it, state that these places like Lemuria would be beyond the ice wall. And I'm just, you know, I've been going through a lot of conspiracy theories, and it starts to be overwhelming, you know, but they name these cities and places that you've never heard of that's ancient, that's gone, you know, and then they'll say it's beyond the ice wall. And before, people say, you know, the pilot that actually flew over the ice wall just saw a prehistoric place. They didn't see all these other cities and things. So it's just like, I have no idea what that ice wall thing, I don't even know why I brought it up, but that just sounds like one of the cities named in the ice wall conspiracy stuff I've been researching. It's too much, it's crazy. It's heavy, man.
So So there's this very long article here on allcation.com. Okay, so it has to do with Fort Moore Hill, once a prominent landmark in downtown Los Angeles. It served as a strategic military site during the US-Mexican War, where it played a pivotal role in the defense of Los Angeles. Initially established as Fort Hill in 1846 and later renamed Fort Moore in the 1930s, it became part of an eccentric search for an alleged underground city of lizard people. Okay, so this is kind of interesting. Let's go back to this video.
Here we go. Now they're talking about lizard people. Now that's in the 1800s. So this story, this myth, has been around forever, and maybe people didn't just watch Land of the Lost and believe the lizard people were real and trying to take over the ancient prehistoric Earth or underground Earth. I ain't been watching the Land of the Lost when I was a kid, but I remember that.
Despite his groundbreaking findings, city officials abruptly shut down his excavation. They officially claimed that the tunnels were old subway lines, but this is where they messed up. The Los Angeles subway system didn't begin operation until 1990, over 70 years after Schufeldt's discovery. So what subway lines were they referring to? Some speculate that they were referring to an ancient civilization that had access to a subway-like system.
But wait, did this really happen? So this is so this is actually a document from the LA Times.
So that photo there that it is showed is very familiar. It's a biblical thing about Armageddon and the four horsemen, and I've seen it before next to a thing about Babylon, like the Maiden of Babylon. That's what it was. That's a whole another photo. I don't know. It's ancient art, religious art.
In 1934. Oh my gosh, this is actually real. Lizard people's catacomb city hunted. What? Engineers sink shaft under Fort Moore Hill to find maze of tunnels and priceless treasures of legendary inhabitants. Oh my gosh. This kind of goes in line with the same thing that happened in the Grand Canyon, with all those newspapers talking about these bizarre artifacts that were found in the Grand Canyon and that were covered up.
And then the Grand Canyon one, though, the difference with that and this is with the Grand Canyon, they say it's Egyptian. And so a lot of stuff from Egypt is in there, like the sphinxes and things, and like little artifacts that look like they're from Egypt. And then lately they've been saying that the dog creature that you see that represents Anubis is actually American, some kind of American-Mexican hybrid dog that's only bred in America or over in Americas, but somehow way over in Africa, the Egyptians were worshiping them. So it's just a thing where is really Egypt? Where's the real Egypt? And if that case is the real Egypt is over here, then that means that the people that are here natively are actually Egyptian. But the thing is also a native legend that I've even talked to Native Americans about, and they state that they came through some kind of tunnel from Egypt and ended up here in America. So it's this whole thing, and then I believe there's something else to do with the Abenaki, and that's a whole different rabbit hole I'm going down now. But it's connected to what he's talking about with the thing in the Grand Canyon. But this here is, and if he's pulling up these articles, or legitly pulling up these articles, it's kind of like a Buffy episode. He's in there, types it up, bang, there it is. No one's seen it before until he decided to look for it. But I'm not saying that's the fakeness of it. But here's the whole thing about it, though, right? How could people have these articles and things out? And when you see it nowadays, people will bring up video clips from 30 years ago, and they'll be like, oh, how come we didn't see this then? And then it's like now, right? And if someone brought these articles out in 1940 about this underground lizard people thing, and even in the 1800s with the lizard people thing, then how is it that these things have been ignored for so long and people think these lizard people come from outer space? It's crazy. I'm just so confused with this. But I want to know the truth, like everybody else.
Oh my, so these images actually come from the article. Well, there's an entire map of it. This is kind of crazy, isn't it? These are actual photos of this guy doing the testing. Oh my gosh, Shufo learned of the legend of the lizard people after his radio x-ray had led him over an area extending from the public library on West 5th Street to Southwest Museum on Museum Drive at the foot of Mount Washington. So I started searching for more videos of these kind of tunnels. I found this one from Kelly Street Shots.
Those underground tunnels are real out here. Downtown Los Angeles. The tunnel just going straight to underneath.
That looked just like a freaking subway train thing or something. Who knows?
You can see there's Maze Bank, Shohei painting downtown. This road just disappears. Goes into the underground world. Out in plain sight too.
That's gonna give me a copyright.
And the buses, some cars. And if you see, it just stops right here, turns into grass, and that's it, just disappears.
Someone says that's the E-Line East LA side of Metro Rail. Yeah, that's gotta be it. There's nothing much to this video, so let's keep looking. So this is from Not Me on TikTok. This was actually posted 3 days ago.
It's showing like some eerie light underground. But see that right there, you know, yeah, you could say it's a tunnel thing, but or hidden thing down there, or it could be people working on some stuff down there and they just got the light on. Sometimes when you're in a dark spot and you're working on some stuff, you know, maybe a house or whatever it is, you know, they got the light shining off of something and it's like kind of like bouncing off the wall. Like let's say you got a white wall, the light is reflecting. That's, you know, type of thing. But you don't know, you know, by looking at it though, you know, a person with a more of a lesser mind of intelligence would assume that it would be like some lava or something underground. I highly doubt that.
Why is it lit like that? So she has like a bunch of videos. That's the only video about this bizarre red light underneath. Holy cow. So it seems even though there's several articles stating that no, there are no tunnels from Diddy's house to mansions in LA, well,
Playboy Mansion, yay. Anyway.
It seems that that's not exactly true. It's wild. Wow. So it seems even though there's several articles stating that no, there are no tunnels from Diddy's house to mansions in LA, well, it seems that that's not exactly true. It's wild.
Has just discovered blueprints for a network of tunnels beneath the mansion that supposedly led to the homes of Jack Nicholson, Warren Beatty, James Caan.
Will you watch yourself, all right?
And Kirk Douglas. Now dig this. A photo from the late 70s allegedly showing an excavation in progress beneath the mansion. And this one shows the newly discovered tunnel plans. Check out the bunny logo on the plywood wall. Best of all, the blueprint. It says this tunnel leads to James Caan's house. This one to Jack Nicholson's. This one to Kirk Douglas's. And this one goes all the way to...
Yeah, I'm not
The Warden baby. But I have to say, you know, Kirk Douglas, you know, he was a good actor. You know, he you know, because Michael Douglas is a good actor. But I mean, some of these guys, they were probably high ballers in the Playboy Mansion. They were getting girls, and it wasn't no scandals because the Playboy Mansion was made for players, man. You know, go up in there, you got a couple girls sitting around, you know. Who doesn't want to live like Hugh Hefner? It's one of my dreams, except for what Hugh Hefner did. I would have 2 of every kind, okay? You know, 2 black girls, 2 Mexican girls, 2 Asian girls, 2 everything, okay? And the party ain't over until everybody's pregnant. And yeah, that had nothing to do with hitting the truth.
About this, even though it's not impossible, there's like very little evidence. This is kind of freaking me out. This is coming in from this account over here on Twitter. So we go back to this interview with this guy stating that he's been to these underground tunnels and a Starbucks.
So your NDA is expired and you could talk about this. You used to work at a secret Starbucks, is that right? Yeah, there is a Starbucks that is like above reserve, like a Starbucks no one's ever heard of or been to.
Wow, so this video was posted by Dude's Son's vlog 8 years ago, and I don't know why comments are turned off. Let's take a look at this.
Should we ask the cop?
I have no idea what they're talking about right there. Give me a minute, people. Interesting. Another conspiracy. Someone texted me about water. Anyway, I don't know why. Anyway, I'll text him later. What do you mean he woke up and discovered that? Anyway, so I don't get it. But mean the water. Anyway, that might be another episode of Hitting the Truth. So back to this. I'll go back a bit. Spaced out. Why didn't space out?
Reserve, like a Starbucks no one's ever heard of or been to.
Wow, so this video was posted by Dude's Son's vlog 8 years ago, and I don't know why comments are turned off. Let's take a look at this.
Should we ask the cop? Can I ask you something? Do you guys know there's this tunnel system that was made in the 1920s for the Prohibition?
But you're not allowed to go down there. The sheriff's patrolling. You're not allowed to go down there.
Oh, sheriff's patrolling there.
Yeah. They don't let anybody down there.
Okay,
what?
We just want to see the entrance. Take pictures there.
We're not sure.
Now you're pulling my leg. So serious.
No, wait, is this real?
Go there.
They patrol the people won't go there.
Yeah.
So there's several entrances, but sheriff's patrol there. They're saying you can't go there. I'm saying we're not going there. We're just going to see the entrance. Knows that there is entrances, but they're not telling us. So.
Well, of course, if the government is hiding things down there, and they got law enforcement, you know, securing the area, then of course you can't go down there or take photos there or anything like that. It's just something. I believe soon all truths will be revealed, and that's just my opinion. And the more of these conspiracies get broken down and become more fact than reality, then the more the people should actually pay attention and retaliate in a way. I think by staying silent and ignoring these truths that are being revealed, like the cannibalism of our government and popular celebrities, and you know, the sex trafficking thing with all these people, and let's not forget about the whole scandals of alien stuff that they know about, and like there's so much stuff that they know about and they're doing to us, and I think it's because they see us as sheep, cattle, slaves, so many different things. They see all regular humans as these things, and you know, just tools for their power, you know, to make more money for them daily, while we get bits and pieces of straps, and they say you're living all right. You're not living all right. If you constantly gotta struggle and worry about paying bills, you're not living all right. You're not living all right if you have to depend on someone else to help you financially stay sane, have roommates and stuff, and to me that's a bad thing. Literally a bad thing. I did the whole roommate crap in my 20s, and I don't do that. You know, early teens and 20s, but I don't do that. I don't need a freaking roommate. I don't give a damn if I have to struggle to, you know, spend every dime and not get things I need. I'm not living with nobody, okay? And it's just the whole thing of understanding that the government really does not have your best interests at heart, and if this place is underground and things need to be revealed to society, that I'm just sorry, they're hiding too much from society and making and laughing while we come up with conspiracy theories about what they already know to be fact. So the truth of the matter is, people need to demand these things, demand all the truths, and not hide one, and not be judgmental of someone that brings these truths up, you know, and try to work with them so we all can understand something and we don't feel blindsided or caught off guard when whatever they're hiding retaliates against us. And that's just my opinion, man.
Oh God, this is it. What's down there?
Is this where the tunnels are? Did you guys go down there?
I don't know. We're going now since you're in.
Now that we have a group?
Yeah. I don't know. We're going now since you're in.
Now that we have a group?
Yeah.
So what's up? You know where to go.
Where? Where are you guys? Do you guys know where we're going?
Same place.
The tunnels?
Yeah.
No, I have no idea. You guys know?
We're looking for it.
So this, I think
The blind leading the blind. Yeah.
Does it keep going down?
What?
We're not the only ones. Like, it's not even locked. It's all these records from like back in the days, criminal records and things. It's exciting, figuring shit out. I love this kind of shit.
My gosh, so there's like a bunch of people trying to find these tunnels, and this was like 8 years ago. This
100-year-old entrance art.
This is crazy. So even though they're hiding this underground tunnel thing, they've got people discovering it constantly. So then the question becomes, if it ain't so secure, why keep it a secret? Why not just say, hey, here's everything. This part of the tunnel has records from what this guy is saying. This other part has a Starbucks from what the other guy is saying. And the other one has chutes that we put, you know, human cattle down here and feed to our reptilian gods or some crap. Who the hell knows? But it's like, you know, why keep it a secret? If, from what I'm counting, there was already, what, 3 guys, a cameraman, and 2 dudes. And then these other guys come, so that makes like 5. And then the elevator opens up and there's a guy with 2 girls. So, I mean, what in the hell? That's like, all these people could just walk on into a underground society hidden world. And there's nobody to secure this place. And so why even hide it? Why keep it a secret? I just, what is the truth here? What is going on?
They're definitely gonna get in trouble. It's. I mean, come on.
He's right. They're gonna. He's probably gonna die or something. But still, it's just, I'm not even trying to laugh about it. It's just like I just don't get it. It was a hidden place. Why? How? Can you just leave it open to the public to just wander in anyway, and then lie to people that there's no underground society, underground tunnels? There must be some kind of, oh man, there must be some kind of law that lets people know they're there, and they're just explaining that there's different things going on in there that really isn't the truth. But who knows, man? This is I don't know. Like I'm trying to make sense of it, but once again, it still doesn't make no sense. Like I still don't understand why even fake like they're not real and let people come up with this big ass conspiracy theories.
Oh damn!
That's what I said.
Let's just keep going straight. Let's just keep going straight.
Where are you guys at?
Whoa.
Watch out, there's buttons and things here.
What the hell? Like that part there is like, you know, they half-ass built some stuff they can do, like work on, like, I don't know, like pipes and things underneath there and things. But I don't get it. I'm really tripping on this part. It doesn't make any sense.
So apparently they kind of end up in this place and they did not find anything, or like, I mean, the tunnels that they were talking about. But this is an interesting video about it. So I was searching for this. I found this account who's like this guy who does urbexx, and he came across underground tunnel in Chicago. That's just like endless systems of tunnels. Check this out. My gosh, this is huge. What? Actually a hospital?
Underground church. Now that's crazy. The underground church, underground hospital. Now this was a society that was actually buried. At the same time, it can't be that much of a secret once again either, because they got graffiti everywhere, which means people's been in there, living in there. It's also like Las Vegas. They have underground tunnels where the homeless have been hiding, where they say there's over 40,000 homeless people supposedly underground in these tunnels. And so it's like, it just should be a truth to be exposed, at least all the hidden truths of these places. Now this place that they're showing right now should be in Chicago, like you said, but the thing about it is, why not just let everybody know and maybe arrange some kind of reconstruction thing to get those help for the people who need places to stay. And since it's underground, hey, maybe make it cheaper, whatever, because they're out of sight. They're not out of the sight of the people walking around in the daylight in the city. You know, I don't know. Maybe I'm, reaching too much for something, or being too optimistic about trying to fix a situation that we have with abundance of people running around with nothing to do but cause chaos, and a government that doesn't want to truly fund no one's success.
Doesn't look like underground, buddy, but no way. Yeah, I've heard about these things, about the schools being connected to tunnels. Is this real? Let me take a look at this. Okay, so this was 2 years ago, an old underground passage at my school. Seems like this is a mirror, actually. Mystery tunnel explored beneath Central School. This is in Yucatan, Mexico, I guess. Wow. Mystery tunnel explored beneath Central School. This is in Yucatan, Mexico, I guess. Wow.
So the thing about this is, with these, now we're talking about tunnels reaching underground to schools. I would have to say the most obvious situation of why they would probably do that is to, abduct children. It's not a good thing. And that goes back into the whole, in my mind, goes back to like, hey, we got a cannibalism of children, to freaking lizard folk that know Jeffrey Epstein or some crap. I don't know. This conspiracy crap is enough to put you in the nut house.
Wait a minute, didn't I hear something like this? Holy cow. Okay, so they found a tunnel with the extension of 2 kilometers, or about 1.6 miles, I guess, in Brazil, just like 5 days ago or something like that. It's like this huge tunnel that goes from this school, and they don't know actually where it leads. This is a part of the video. Are you kidding me? Look at that. This is wild. So going back to the first video that we just watched from Derek, it seems that there's more people that actually find these secret tunnels underneath their homes, which begs the question, what is going on? What's the purpose of these tunnels? Does it have any relation to these underground tunnels that were found hundreds of years ago, or these lizard people, or whatever is going on here? Let's take a look at Wade Wilsonson's video. Check this out.
These underground tunnels, like I said, every city has one. Even the city I'm in. And the thing about it is, you can go on about why they're there, how people don't know they're there, and all this stuff. And anybody that fake people that give a damn about overreacting, to use it to get some kind of attention, that gets shocked, they're like, oh my God, it's there, like, you should know. We should know that, like I said, the old worlds were covered by the new ones. Mexico City is another one, like New York, where the new city got built on top of the old one, and they discovered that there's a whole big old city down there, and people don't realize that something happened in our history that needed to be erased. They needed a new start over, a refreshment, and these old cities Instead of whatever names they were called before, got changed into something different. And those are what we know now, what them to be. And even from our grandparents' time, we know them to be what they are now. But before, they were something else. Maybe they were something darker, like we're all fearing. That's what they kind of want you to do with these conspiracy things. Or maybe they were more strategic, more government strategized, organized. Or maybe they were more spiritualized. In some cases, spiritualized, because there's, altars and churches and things. So this is something that can't be ignored and maybe should be talked about in a public setting to where the world knows. And maybe humanity can find the missing secrets that is missing, that might unite people and, fix the issues we have with each other.
Make sense of all this. You ever bought a home with a hole? I advise go in it.
What? Oh, you gotta be kidding me.
Now what's going on here is exactly what was said recently about the whole concept with Gene Hackman in the house that he was found in. Him and his wife were dead, and there was this tunnel underground. And they did another research of investigation with the FBI, and they found out that the home, before it wasn't there, like the tunnels weren't there after he came, they've been there the whole time. So when he purchased the home, those tunnels were already there. And so this guy right here, he finds a home, there's tunnels underneath there. So the thing about it is, if a situation like this is going on in multiple places where you buy a home and there's tunnels underneath there and stuff, then obviously there's something unsafe about buying homes, period. Which means it's best to try to get a place that has no home on it and build your own. That's just my opinion, and I'm sticking to it, and it makes more logic than buying a place where it might have evil spirits anyway. Seeing how most of y'all are already on a conspiracy trip, souls linger in places sometimes when they can't pass on. So, that's something to think about.
Oh, you gotta be kidding me.
No way, Jimmy. Oh my God, bro. Are you
What? You gotta be kidding me.
Going right back in. I think it got smaller. I don't know what the I'm getting myself into.
We gotta leave like candles around and like little, lanterns so you'd be able to see down there. Going in there pitch black in there with just a flashlight is ridiculous. Flashlights are not reliable. I don't care if you get the government one that can burn a fire and shit. You need to know your way back, having something that's lit up and you can always go there, even if you can see something behind you moving in that light, a shadow that flies by the light. That way you're not in there by yourself. So it's always wise to have like a lantern or a candle or something in a dark space like this, so you can see if there's something else down there with you. Flashlights will only show you what's in front of you or whatever you turn it to. But come on, look how many horror movies people get taken out because of having a dumbass flashlight and not putting lanterns and things around them.
Yeah.
The water hose. A full cement floor too.
To get past this thing right here, you need to put another lantern or a candle or something, just put one right here or maybe over here. That way light kind of glides into the room there. So I'm using my hands, but you guys get to like right in this area, so you would put the light there and then it would shine that way, or put it here and that way you would know if something crosses it right around here. This is right there. Before they got in there, they should have put one right over there in the corner because it looked like there was stuff in the corner or an area that could be like a closet or something. You gotta light places up when you're in some pitch black joint. I'm telling you, just I'm talking from experience. This is so stupid. Anyway,
That is an awesome question. What is that? Oh my gosh.
It's a home, boy.
How old is that?
Like someone was trying to get out here.
Yeah, well, it looks like it's hundreds of years old. Real question here is, where was this and when was this? So that is crazy. There's also this guy. This is an urban explorer.
Yep.
I remember this video. I remember seeing this one before. There's like, well, fuck it, ain't no point in talking about it. Might as well watch it.
People. Alright, someone look. People. Alright, someone look.
Are you kidding me? $100-foot ladder, are you kidding me?
Looked like they were trying to make they're doing some construction in there. And probably an old mining place.
Wow.
So they're trying to freak you out by playing this weird ass alien speaking language down there. Who the hell would stay down there if you're hearing that type of shit?
Dead end.
It do look like a whole different world down there though. But come on, man.
So this guy's a cave explorer, but this tunnel in Chicago is kind of weird, if true. So this is everything I could find for now, but we got a few things. So where is this tunnel in LA that this guy was talking about, that he worked at a Starbucks? Is this real? There's no evidence of that, no videos, but still, it's quite strange that it's listed when you search for it on Google. It's actually there. There's a bunch of schools where we have these underground tunnels that connect the schools to where? This is kind of weird. This has been found all over the world. We also have a bunch of people that find these very old tunnels built underneath their homes, and this alleged city, very old lizard people city built underneath LA. And this was supposedly found hundreds of years ago. Not to mention the woman that found this supposed tunnel underneath LA. She posted the video to her TikTok account and was never seen again. I mean, she never uploaded any more videos. It's kind of weird, isn't it?
So, let's talk about it. So, as you saw, the whole video, we're over an hour because, well, shoot, things happen. And we've seen a lot of things. To be honest, it's like I said, the old cities got covered up by the new ones. The truth just has to come out about these old cities, what they were they a religious thing, were they a government thing, was there some kind of plague or something that happened, you had to destroy the old one and cover up with a new one. We need to know these things. It's time that all the old secrets come out. If you can come out with a secret that tells you that all the elite and all the people with power are eating people, then it's time to explain that all people need to know the legends and the historical lineage of not just people's DNA, but of these cities that people were born in. Maybe you're the ancestor of some guy that used to live down in these caves or these tunnels or whatnot. You never know. You know, people hook up with the weirdest relationships. You know, I could tell you some where I hooked up with girls and it's like, it sounds like the most ridiculous story, but it's real. And the thing about it is, it happens to everybody. We all find things in different ways. Then you're like, wow, how did this happen? This is, crazy. But stuff happens. But the thing is, we want to know what happened in the past. that led to these places being hidden? What's the truth behind them? Is there hidden lizard people, and not just the Los Angeles one, but multiple ones? Why are these cities not being the ones that actually have, from what you can tell, lighting and like, you know, supplies and even buildings like in the one in Chicago where they show this underground hospital and all this? Why are these places not being occupied for some of the people maybe that's got low income? It could be a whole different thing. It could be a whole different world if we had access to all these things that they're hiding from us. If the government has all these things and we're supposed to understand these things, then maybe they should come to light, and maybe it might change the world for the better if they take the time to be honest with us about the truth. Hell, you might as well, instead of just telling us that they eat people and that all of us could be on the menu list at any given time. That's a little jacked up, because what it's saying is kind of a strategy of muscling you and telling you, hey, you better do what we're saying, or you might be our dinner. You know, it's not a good thing. The thing is, we need to know the truth. Okay? And even if you guys are out there and you're sitting there thinking, dang, what is the truth? Seek the truth for yourself, you know, and find out what it is. Because without knowing the real things of what's going on, you're leaving yourself blindsided for an attack. Okay? Don't take things people tell you at face value unless you go find out for yourself. Someone tells you something, I don't care if it's about someone that you met or you know. Go ask that person and talk to them. Literally talk to them. Don't try to judge them based off of something someone else told you, because there'd be some falsehood behind that. Someone tells you about a place or something, don't just sit there and go, oh, really, you know, and look at it like a ghost story. Go explore it for yourself. You know, whatever the situation is, go seek the truth yourself. You know, never believe blindly into something without trying to find out what it truly is, to make peace with the fact that maybe there's things out there you don't know that you need to know. And with that being said, this has been Hidden the Truth. And peace be with you all. Blessings upon y'all, you know, and always stay positive and seek the truth. Peace out.